guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're viewing me for the first time, my name is Pamela Stanford and I'm from a country called Barbados in the Caribbean. But I am living and working right here in China. Yes guys, you heard it correctly. Right here in China, I am working. I teach English as a second language at a university here in China. And today I have two lovely students joining us, and we will talk about the school life here in China as a Chinese student and their journey from high school to university. So let's welcome them, guys. So welcome, Niria and Lonnie. Welcome to my channel. Can you introduce yourself to us?
Hello, I'm Lonnie.
Hello, I'm Nirina.
Okay, and you guys, what are you studying here in China?
We are from Guangxi University of Science and Technology. We are studying software engineering.
Okay, so are you a first year student, second year, third year student?
We are the first year student.
Okay, and you're both in the same class, right?
Yes.
Okay, so guys, today is a very impromptu conversation. We had no rehearsal, so we are freestyle. So just go with the flow, you know, guys. So I just want to ask them some questions about their life here in China as a student, and how maybe we can do some comparisons to schools in the Western countries. Well, in particular, my school in Barbados, because I only studied in Barbados. So today, yes, we're going to learn about their life, their school life, their social life, maybe a bit about their personal life as well. And, you know, they learn some English along the way. So guys, sometimes from time to time, you will see me have some of my students featured on my channel. So we will get to know each other doing this, and also it's a good way for them to practice their English with me. So yes, so let's get started. So let's first talk about high school. All right, I know from my experience, well, not my experience, but hearing about high school here in China, I know that life for a high school student can be very, very hectic. Is that true?
Yes, I think high school may be the most tiring stage for Chinese students. We spend nearly 12 hours or more in school every day.
12 hours, whoa, guys, you heard that? Now in Barbados, we go to school to start from, like, say for example 8:45 a.m. and it will finish around 3 o'clock, yes, p.m. in the afternoon time. So 12 hours, no. And I've noticed, guys, here in China, because when I first arrived in China, I taught at high school in Shenzhen, and when I look at the students studying material, the books, they will pile high on the desk like this.
Yes.
And they have to read all these books.
Yes.
So how many books do you read a day when you were in high school?
Maybe 6 or 7.
6 or 7 books. Wow, guys, that's a lot of reading. And why are you reading these books? Because I know that you're preparing for something called the Gaokao.
Yes.
All right. So Gaokao, guys, is a examination in China which would gain them admissions into university here in China. So the Gaokao is supposed to be one of the world's toughest exams, so they say. So tell us a bit about the Gaokao. Is it really that tough?
I think it's a big problem for us. We can choose between liberal arts and science. And I choose science because I don't like both learning.
Okay.
I think it's boring, so that I don't have any interest to
But
study them.
the exam Was it very tough on the day that you took the Gaokao exam? Was it a very difficult exam to take?
Yes,
Yes.
it's a very difficult exam.
And I heard that the exam is 9 hours. Is this true?
To every subject examination about 2 hours. Like Chinese, we took 2 hours, and math 2 hours. We learned 6 subjects as learning about physics, biology, and chemical. That's the small subject, like chosen subject, and the main subject, Chinese, math, and English are the main. They add up only, not only, it hold about 6 hours, and next three small subjects is only about 3 hours. So the whole hour is about 9 hours.
So, as I said, as I told my audience just now, the Gaokao give you admission or allow you admission into universities in China. So I guess the higher score you have in the Gaokao, the more better university you can go to, right? Here in
Yeah.
China.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Okay. So you both passed the Gaokao.
Pass.
In some ways, maybe we pass it, but our grade, maybe called score, is not very high.
So what is the score for passing the Gaokao?
We have 2 lines for score. Both of people in our class only pass the B line, and we don't pass the A line. A line is much higher.
Right, okay. So when you do not get to the A line, you get to the B line, you get to go to a more lower university.
Yeah.
Right. But do you choose which university in the B line? Like, is there many universities on the B line that you can choose from?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so why did you choose this university in Guangxi? Tell us.
That's a fun story. At first, I don't want to go here. Actually, I want to go somewhere. It's about, the rank is about QS 30 university. But my score is a little bit, only about 1 point or 2 point. I only next person is only about, my point is 396, and only about 1 point. If I'm 3097, I will go to a better place.
Oh, so you missed by 1 point.
Yeah.
Wow, they're very strict here in China, guys. Very strict, right? So you are studying software engineering now, and that is mostly a subject for male. You find more boys would study software engineering. Why did you choose this subject?
I think software engineering is fashion now, so that I can make more money by choosing this subject.
Okay, so I know that here in China, most parents would more choose the subjects for the students to go to, for their kids to go to. So is it something that your parent chose for you? Or did you choose software engineer for yourself, Lonnie?
Yes, I chose it by myself.
So you wanted to do it?
Yes.
Okay. What about you, Miria? Did you choose it or did your parents choose it for you?
I discussed with my parents, and we all agree with the software engineering to be my major.
Okay. And are you enjoying it so far?
Yeah.
Okay. What, Lonnie, you are enjoying software engineering
Yes, I
too?
enjoy it.
Okay, good. So yes, English. Let's talk about English.
Okay.
So I know you speak some English. So tell us, how long have you been learning English? How long?
I start learning English in primary school.
Primary school, okay. What about you, Nerea?
Um, um, it's about two situations. One situation is in the kindergarten, but I don't learn a lot of English, only sing about English songs and learn how to say ABCD. And when I really learn the English is about the primary school at 3rd grade, when I learn how to really use it.
Okay. So, right, so you both learned English when you were pretty young. Do you think English is very difficult?
Yes, it's difficult because we don't have the environment.
Right.
So we just learn it by the teacher in the school or by some English songs. So it's very difficult to us.
Right. And guys, let me explain. When he said that they don't have the environment, what he means is that, like, for example, they might not have a foreign teacher from a native English speaking country, so they would learn it from a Chinese teacher who would teach them English, and they can learn through sounds, and they can learn through recordings, listening to like the radio, different tapes and stuff like that. They don't really have anyone to practice English with, like a native English speaker. So you will find that most Chinese students, they would speak English in the classroom. So they might have an English class with their Chinese teacher. But as soon as they left the classroom, guys, they go back to speaking Chinese. Right, they don't practice their English. So that is the environment Lonnie is speaking about. They have to be around people that constantly encourage them to speak English so that they can keep practicing English all the time. Because to learn any language, even for me to learn Chinese, I have to keep practicing as well. So that is very difficult here. I find that from my experience here teaching in China, that you find a lot of students can read English well, they can write English well, but when it comes to the aspect of speaking English, this is the most difficult part for them because they don't have that practice, right? So let me ask you some more questions, guys. So you passed your Gaokao and you came to this school. Okay, so this is your first year. Now, like in China, you go up to grade 4. After you graduate, what do you want to do with your life?
To be honest, I don't have any plan what to do. We even don't know what we could do.
In contrast, I think I want to pass an examination to get a master degree as a grade 4.
So do you plan to study abroad or only in China?
If I fail the exam, I will go abroad.
Okay.
Now I'm learning out, and that's the preparation for me to go abroad.
Okay, guys, and else is a English examination where people who are not native English speakers, they take so that they can study abroad or even work or live abroad in English speaking countries. It's called the IELTS examinations. So right, so if you pass the IELTS, you said you would go abroad. Do you have a particular country that you prefer to study in?
England and Australia.
What about Barbados?
I
What about Barbados, guys? She don't want to come to my country?
I don't really get to know about it. Maybe I can search it online and for my choice.
It's a beautiful island, very beautiful. Right, so I welcome both of you to come to my country, Barbados. Yeah, but England or Australia is also a good choice, right? So I wish you all the success. What about you, Lonnie? You plan to study abroad or no?
No, I plan to live in China because study abroad is expensive.
Okay, that's good. Right, but sometimes they don't have scholarships.
Yes,
Or not so much.
yes, I know.
They have scholarship, okay. But yes, a study abroad for anyone is quite expensive. So yeah, if you don't have the money, no, it's very difficult to study abroad. Well, maybe I can get you a scholarship to Barbados sometime. Would you come?
Yes, I will.
He would come, guys. Okay, so yes, so as you explained earlier, you said that high school was very rigorous. You had 12 hours a day studying, right? So now that you moved from high school to university, is your life more relaxed at university, or is it still very busy?
Many Chinese parents say that when you get to college, you will be relaxed, but I don't think so. In fact, in high school, all we should do just study and study every day. But when I get into university, I feel like I should do anything in life on my own.
Mm-hmm.
So it's tired too.
Right. Okay, so it's not that relaxed as your parents, Chinese parents, would say. University.
Yes, it's two different types challenge.
Oh, two different types of challenge. So, how many hours a day would the university studies would be? I know you said before 12 hours in the high school. How many hours a day in university of study?
Maybe just 7 or 8.
Okay, that's not bad. 7 or 8. Similar to back home in Barbados. Okay, so can you walk me through, any of you, what your day would be like in the university as a student? From time you get up on the mornings, what do you do until you finish at night?
When I get up, I will do the formal things and then I will go to school.
So what time do you get up?
6:50.
Okay, 6:50 a.m. Okay. Then you go,
Go to school to have lessons.
and your first lesson is at what time?
It's about 8 o'clock.
Okay, 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay. And how long does the lesson last?
How long? About 1 hour and 30, half an hour and 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Yes, 1.5 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so then after I know you get lunch. There's a lunch break. And how many hours are the lunch break?
Lunch break is about we eat lunch for about 20 minutes, and then we will go back to the dormitory to go to sleep for an hour or half an hour.
Hour and a half?
1 hour or 30 minutes.
Okay, 1 hour. So the full time between eating and your sleeping would be about what?
About 3 hours.
About 3 hours? Okay. So you hear that, guys? In my country, for lunch at school, we only get like 45 minutes to 1 hour. Even working, we would get like 1 hour for lunch at work. But here in China, from time I came here, most, not only schools, but places of business, they will close like 12 o'clock and open back at 2 o'clock. So Chinese people would usually get like 2 hours, 2 hours of lunch where they would eat and then sleep. And then after that, they refresh themselves and they can work a whole night long. So they work very long hours here. They study very long hours here. Now, a typical day for us in Barbados, we would work like a 9 to 5 job, like 8 hours, and 1 hour for lunch. but here they would work longer periods of time, 12 hours, but during the day they get at least 2 hours to rest. Okay, so let us know more about your life here in China as a student. Right, so you go to university here, you study software engineering. Are there any challenges for you guys as students here in your first year? Do you experience any challenges?
First, I would like to say master the major difficulties. Software engineering is not an easy major. We learn it very hard.
It's boring.
And it's boring,
Yes,
but it's something you wanted to do.
yes,
Because-
because it can make more
Make
money.
money, right? But there's no guarantee that when you finish school that you would get a job. How would you go about planning your future so you can get a job? Because here in China, there are like 1.5 billion people. There's so much competition, guys. Competition is very tough. You know, so how do you guarantee now that you will get a job in your field of study? What do you plan to do?
I think in the start of the years, we don't make any money. So,
Okay.
just like others,
Mhm.
about 5,000 or 6,000 each year, each month.
Mhm.
But
And I would translate that money in US dollars for you guys and put it here so that you can see how much 5 or 6,000 RMB is a month. Okay, continue.
but when we work for years, we should continue to improve ourselves.
You're right.
Yeah, so we can make more and more money
Okay.
by time.
Okay, good. And as I told my students, I'm always telling students that you're learning English. Now, learning another language, it do not have to be English. Any other language can set you apart in the job market. So when you're going out there and they know, well, Lonnie can speak some English, you know, the other Chinese that just interview with Lonnie, they cannot speak English. I'll hire Lonnie because you know what, he can speak English. So yeah, having another language would also help you to win over your competition when you're looking for jobs. So I think that students should take learning English very seriously or learning any other language. Right?
Yes, I think I should study harder.
Okay, good. What about you, Nerea? What are your plans for the future? If you don't go abroad and you stay here, what is your plans?
My home has own company, so I just need to work there.
But is a software engineer company?
No, it's like the building company.
Like construction?
Yeah.
Construction, okay. But then you would not use your major.
I will use it as my major because software engineering can link to very different areas, just like the finance. I can do it. Now I can do Excel things.
Okay, I understand. Yes, you have a point. Yes, that's very good. Right, so that's another thing I encourage my students to think about having their own business. In case you don't find a job, you know, you can have your own business so that you can earn money. You
Yeah.
just will not be out there sitting and waiting for a job to come to you. You create your own job and you hire other people as well. So that's something you can also think about.
Okay, but it's challenging.
How? How so?
Because we don't have any money and we should borrow from our parents, so it's stressful.
But that's your parents. The parents are there to lend you money.
Yes.
So if the parents want to see you succeed, they would lend you the money to start the business. When the business start to do well, then you give your parents back the money.
Yes.
Right, you can do that.
But now, the whole finance environment is not very well, so start a business is
Oh.
not a good choice for me.
Okay, understand. So now let's talk about your social life. I know you say that university is also very tough as well. You have a lot of studies. So how do you balance your school life with your social life? You are young teenager, well, adults, you're not teenagers because you're over 18 years old. You're 18 years old and above, right? So how do you balance your school life and your social life?
I think we should have good interpersonal skills, and most of the time we spend the time at school. Just on the weekends we go out and like see a film, watch a film, and eat some special food. Just like this, we don't have much habits.
Okay. So guys, in the software engineer class, we have more boys than girls. So in our class here, we have 5 girls. Yes, there are 5 girls and all the rest are boys. The class has around 39, 40 students, I think. Right, so Miria, she is one of 5 girls. So there are just 5 girls in the class. As I said earlier, this subject, software engineer, is more dominated by males than girls. So it's interesting to see, that women now are doing the same things that men are doing, right? So do you find it very challenging as a girl and surrounded by a lot of boys?
Actually, in China, it's in some industry there's must be some discrimination about girls and boys, and in many enterprises, when they hire people, they only want boy, not a girl, because they will be pregnant and leave. So that's a big problem.
Okay. Oh, yes, that is something I heard about because in China they prefer to hire men than women because women can get pregnant. After you get pregnant, you have to take maternity leave away from your job, so you can't be working at the same time. So they prefer, to hire men so that they will be there working all the time. Here in China, it's a lot about money, making money. It's very money driven here in China. And I think from looking at your whole culture, I like the fact that you are very family oriented, right? They believe in family. They're very big on the family. So, but on the other hand, I find like the parents, they try to push their children too much, in terms of studying, and parents, that is a parent for you because our parents want the best for us, right?
Yes.
Right? But sometimes you need to, I know, I come from a culture where we are more independent.
Yeah.
We can just choose whatever we want to do, want to be in life. But here in China, you'll find that the parents like kind of force their kids to do things and study and even to learn, like for example, the piano. You might not like the piano, but your parent might like the piano for you and force you to learn the piano. So I don't like that. So there's some things I don't like about your culture, some things I do like. about your culture. Is there anything that you see in the Western culture that you like, that you might not practice here in China, but you like that they do in the Western world?
Maybe the work hours.
Yeah, the work hours, yeah.
And in Western,
Yeah.
it's only about 9 o'clock to go to work and 5 o'clock to
Right.
to get off work. But in China, especially in IT industry,
Mhm.
if in some big enterprises, they will demand their employees to stay at companies and all day to work.
So when you work longer hours, do you get more money?
Yeah,
They will pay you more money.
but
It's due to different companies.
some companies will pay
More,
yeah,
but some companies
don't pay it.
Okay, right? So what is the ideal company that you would like to work for in China? The ideal company that you would really like to work for? Alibaba?
Maybe a government.
Government, okay.
I want to be civil servant.
A civil servant, okay. The same for you, Lonnie?
Yes, the same company.
Right, because we all know that these jobs are more stable.
Yes.
Right, and you can get like benefits like pension and different kind of benefits from working in government. Thank you guys for coming here and talking to me about your school life here in China. It was a great conversation and a pleasure having you. I wish you all the success in your study life here in China.
Yes, thank you
Right.
very much.
Yes, and guys, I want to say that if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. And also press the notification bell so that every time a video is uploaded, guys, you will be notified. And if you have any questions for me, you can always comment below and ask me. And if you want to hear more from my students, also let me know as well and what topics you would like to hear in China. You know, China is a very big place full of history and culture, and there's so many things that you around the world can learn from us here in China. So I want to say goodbye to you guys. So students, can you tell us how do you say goodbye in Chinese?
再见.
Okay, let's say it together.
Okay.
再见.
再见.
再见. Goodbye.